here. So it's Thursday. We got hauled out on Monday. We finished that first layer of paint on Monday. Well, we washed it, sanded it, and painted the first layer. The second day, Connor was prepping all the through holes. I got that second layer and the third layer, and then we weren't able to get hoisted up to get the prop out so we can do the cutlass bearing. So yesterday we just had a chill day and had some fun. Now we're back to work, and currently we don't want to keep bugging the manager here. They know we need to get hoisted up so we can get the rudder off so we can work on the cutlass bearing. So we're not going to ask him anymore, but while we're waiting, we might as well start this. And so here's kind of what we're working on and engineering. Connor's got all the through holes ready, backing plates are ready, and since the first one we're working on is right there, and since the bilge is super deep, we took the through hole and we tied a string to the handle there, the door, the handle. So if for some reason while I'm holding it, and we're gonna do a little dry fitting, if for any reason I drop that, it is secure because there is no way we're gonna be able to get that out of that deep bilge.
Hopefully she doesn't drop this too, because we don't have a string on that.
Yeah.
I did make a spare though, so.
Nothing will be dropped in the bilge.
Magnetic stuff is fine, but wood and bronze are not magnetic, so we're screwed there. We have to get a really long grabber arm.
So here we go, dry fitting, and then we're gonna slowly start working on these through holes. Well, all that, and we did drop the backing plate, but I took the old paintbrush, hooked that to it, and we fished it out. I sure did. So what's going on?
Alright, so we just need to make all of these long ones into short ones.
So just taking off.
That, did a thread off there, and they should fit. Luckily
oh, that's hot still.
Ooh. A lot of people will use a hacksaw for this so they can do it by hand. I use these all the time for all thread and such for work. So I'm pretty good at cutting threads with a sawzall. Be careful if you do it though. You don't want to mar up those threads because then you'll end up marring up the inside of the threads on the valves. So do as I say, not as I do. Get new blades too. This thing is dull.
See, he didn't have any goggles. He's holding it with his arms. Up.
All right, moment of truth. We did not retape after sanding, so it's a little bit scary.
And we were officially dry enough to get hoisted back up into the air to get that dang rudder off. Hoisted up. So now I gotta sand these spots where the stilts were, and also kind of down low where they were being held. So I'm gonna sand those spots down, clean them up with some thinner, and try to get at least 2-3 more layers of painting. So last time I'm suiting up, booting up, getting it done.
Look at this shaft. It's still going too. This is crazy.
Long shaft. And they thought we could just wiggle it out with the rudder on.
Give her a nice little wipe down. Yeah, it definitely wasn't coming off, huh?
Definitely almost, well, I cried. let's be real. I cried. Connor and I were super frustrated with this one because we could not get that one flush. He finally just like took the Dremel and kind of sanded it on the edges. Super frustrated. We just couldn't get it flush, like right at the top end right here where that mark is. It was standing pretty proud. The other ones were pretty flush. That one was kind of sticking up right there. But finally, with a little bit of work there, he got it. We got it. As good as it's gonna get. We got our dry fitting and all set. We got our marks, and Connor is gonna start caulking. So cleaning it up.
Clean all these just in case we got any oil on them. Then the 4200 won't stick to it. So I'm just using some thinner and taking all that off, and that should be good. I'm just gonna go through and do them all right now.
Committing. Caulking happening.
We're doing it. Getting a little cocky over here. I think that should squeeze out nice.
This has definitely been the most stressful part because, yeah, these holes are our through holes. It's a hole in our boat, and so we want to do this super, super well. And you gotta do it kind of quick because it starts to dry up. So Connor sets me up for success. He gets a bunch of caulk onto the brass fitting and then quickly runs in to screw the inside pairing of the through hole. For my side, I put all my strength into tightening the hole, aiming to align the Sharpie marking we drew during the dry fitting up. Sometimes it was not very smooth.
All right, so we are replacing the Cutlass bearing. This is the new Cutlass bearing, so that's what it will look like. The old one is obviously in there still. The idea here is we got this 2-inch PVC pipe. I'm gonna put that over. It just so happens to fit just right over perfectly of the Cutlass bearing. You can see how that just slides over nice like that. So this is gonna slide over this. This is gonna go back here. Then I'm gonna put this through here.
And what do you have there?
This is all thread. Piece of all thread goes through here. I actually got this idea from another YouTube channel, so I'm not
taking the credit.
Trying to take all the credit right now. Oops, I messed that up. This goes first. Then this. Good thing I'm not filming too, because I can't even do this with two hands. This is gonna go there. Now Vena's gonna be on the inside there, putting on a couple washers that also fit perfectly just to the diameter of this Cutlass bearing. And then so those will be on the inside. The old Cutlass bearing will get pulled out as I thread this rod right here. That's the idea, at least. We'll see how she goes.
Yeah, it's been a day. Yesterday when we had our little break and we were having happy hour, Connor was telling me, oh, the through holes, yeah, it won't take too long, and then we'll get through that real quick, and then we'll jump right into the Cutlass, and boy, were we wrong.
We couldn't have been more wrong.
I mean, I called him out on it. I was like, you're speaking a little too soon, because every single thing that we've done with this boat has taken way longer than expected. So I think I filmed some of the through holes that we attempted. I wish, I think it was the 5th or 6th one, I kind of wish I had on film, because I was putting all my might trying to tighten it, and I just go flying, and I fell on my hip, hit my head on the cement, and then Connor found me crying, saying, this. I'm so over it. Got hauled or hoisted up so I can paint, and I don't think I even started the paint until like we weren't even done with the through holes. I was like really trying to get them. No, I guess we finished the through holes, and then I quickly slapped on our first layer, because we still need to at least get one more before we get dropped into the water tomorrow. So here we are. Through holes are done. Paint pretty much done. Just the last little spots left before we get tossed in the water. And then I thought the third and last project was just the Cutlass bearing. But I found out
We
have more than 3 projects.
we have a shaft seal.
We have the shaft seal,
rudder packing,
the rudder packing,
and the depth and hull speed.
and the
sensor
depth
to install.
and hull speed sensor. So I didn't even have that on my list. I was about ready to take a shower and try to relax soon because I am exhausted and beat up and just so dirty, but
Not today.
not today. It's 4 o'clock and then we may be going till midnight. So here we go. Just sticking with it.
All right, so the rod, the ultra head rod, is not actually long enough to make it all the way up there. So we're gonna have to get a little bit creative. She's gonna put the washers on, and I'm gonna pull it back. Hopefully. Otherwise, we have to ride our bicycles to Home Depot because we did not plan on this occurrence here. We'll see how this goes. I think it's gonna work. What do you guys think? I should have some electrical tape or something, but I don't. It's gonna scotch tape it. It's gonna be fine. Alright, that was easier than I thought. She is now fastening the washers onto the rod. Sorry guys, you guys are gonna have to wait.
There's boat projects for you. Connor's genius idea, unfortunately, did not work. We thought there was the old Cutlass bearing that was just like stuck in there, but I think, I don't know, it's something else blocking us from the other way. So he's taking a huge long PVC pipe that's smaller and he's gonna try to rest it against the Cutlass that's kind of sticking out already, and he's gonna try to bang it out. So idea number 2 in the works. Plan C. And phew.
We got it.
So he used
Sawzall
the
to kind
Sawzall
of
to
weaken
cut
it.
it. The Sawzall to weaken it.
So all those slits are kind of, you know, most of the way through there. And then I used my, this used to be a screwdriver, and then it was a pry bar, and then it was a broken pry bar screwdriver, and now it's a round head little pry tool for specifically for Cutlass bearings. I grinded that off to make it round so that I wouldn't kind of dig into the tube here too much. And yeah, easy enough. Only took like an hour.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3. Then we'll bang the new one back in, and then we will put the shaft seal on, the new PSS Pro shaft seal, and put the prop back in. And then we just have 2 more projects after that.
Just 2.
Installation of the Cutlass bearing, where I basically just banged it in with my palm. And yeah, for how hard that was to get out, it was very easy to get in.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. What's up, baby? She's tired of projects.
It's a long day.
Alright, so we got the old one out. We actually got this kind of loosened up and off of it a while ago, but you can see this is pretty crusty and pretty old, and you know, from everything that I've heard, these are good for coastal cruisers, not really good for ocean voyaging, because if they go bad, they go catastrophically bad. They're not like the old packing glands where you can just repack them and be good to go again for another however many years. I kind of heard that a little bit late, so I ended up buying this anyways, but this is the PSS Pro, so it's made out of a whole different material than this, and you can tell it's way more robust and kind of well designed, looks like, than the other one. This one you had to burp also, so when if you got hauled out and then placed back in the water, you had to kind of squish this in, and then water would come out, and that would make sure you don't have any air bubbles. This one, you attach a hose right here and put that above the water line, and basically it burps itself. So there will never be any air bubbles in the hose. And so yeah, we're gonna install this now, but just wanted to show you the comparison between the two that we have now. Hopefully this one lasts. It's rated to last 10 years, so that should be good enough. We're gonna have to haul out again by then anyways. I think we'll be all right. Probably Cutlass bearing will need to be replaced by then, so I'm gonna have to do the same old deal every 10 years.
Connor didn't really have faith in me being able to do this, so I'm gonna prove him wrong, but he's here to kind of be the backup just in case.
I just wanted to be safe because we don't want to mess up this brand new Cutlass bearing that we installed here. I'm gonna spread it in backwards. This is fun.
How does it go? Cute. Ready?
Let's go.
3,
I want to see her lift it herself. We might need
Time
some
out.
lube.
Come down a little bit, okay?
You excited to get back in the water?
Can't freaking wait. It's a little nerve-wracking, so it's a mix of feelings here, but it is, yeah.
What day are we on? I've lost track.
We're on day 5 now.
I think I forgot to film some of day 4. There was a lot of tears shed on day 4, so filming paused.
Alright, that's at least 60 pounds of pressure.
Oh yeah, that's more than 60 pounds. Very good.
Alright.
Alright, so just as we start wrapping up, just a little view of our workshop. Pretty cleaned up already, but oh my goodness, this boat has seen better days. It's gonna be the next project of just getting back and cleaning her all up. So we laid this towel down just so all of our dirty shoes wouldn't get it all crazy and scuffed up. There's just things hanging everywhere. And everything just upside down. Literally, I mean, our aft is always a little bit crazy, but oh my goodness. Tools everywhere. Floors not pieced together, so don't fall in there. This is our beautiful aft that we normally have a little nice beautiful sleeping arrangement. Looks like that. Just crazy. It will be interesting. This is maybe the before, and I'll take the rest of the day to clean it all up, and maybe I'll do a little after of it all. Put together all the plants back in order, and Connor and I survived. I definitely had a point where I was like, what am I doing? What have I signed up for? I have to just be so grateful that we worked well together and that we're still together, because I'm sure a lot of couples wouldn't be able to get through this and still want to be together afterwards. But hey, look at this. I even wrote this as inspiration the other day. Oh, I think that was just epoxy. Little inspiration. We did it.
Alright, this is probably one of the most nerve-wracking things ever. We've been here all week replacing all the thru-hulls, things, pulled the rudder out, prop shaft out. We did everything. And so everything is up to us now as far as if this thing sinks or floats. And here she comes. I always thought, you know, taking apart my Harley or my car or something else like that and then driving it around was a little bit scary. This is quite a bit scarier. I mean, it's our whole home too, so it's not just a crash, it's a full-on sink and loss of your home. So we were very careful. We'll be fine, but it is nerve-wracking. Melvina over there, anxious as hell. These guys just have little joysticks on there, so he's just controlling it from down here like a RC car. Big, giant, heavy-duty RC car.
I think I tightened it.
Yeah. What about the one where you fell on your head?
Hey, I don't know. I gave up on that one. The moment of truth. Connor testing it all out, making sure there's no water seeping into the boat. My heart's pretty much stopped. So far, so good?
So far, so good on all the bronze. This one is leaking a little bit out the top, but I think it's just this thing right here might not. It's not leaking out of where, you know, we need to go. It's just a little drippy
At the top.
At the top here.
Does that mean it's not like just screwed in all the way, or? But the thru-hull's good. That's good.
The thru-hull's good. And that has a plug. Nothing around the backing plate.
So far, so good. I cleaned up the bilge last night, so
yeah,
still dry.
Kind of dual purpose. Now we get to see if there's any extra water in there.
Last one's to check.
I checked these ones already, but give it a little bit of time and check it again. I gotta leave you guys out of this.
Bueno.
Bueno. Alright, after all that, we did have just this tiny little pinch in the O-ring right there. And that was letting a little bit of water in through our depth manhole speed, little transducer. How we looking?
I think I've walked around and looked at all the thru-hulls about 5 times. Freaking out a little bit, especially with that
drips.
Little drip. It kind of scared the GBs out of me. Yeah.
Luckily, that drip did come from a transducer that is designed to be able to be taken out in the water. It's got a little flap that stops the water, so if it does start to leak, we can always, you know, pull that out and put a plug in there. But still, we'd rather do it while we're in the sling and not have any water come into the boat.
I think both of us have had, or haven't been breathing. Heart skipping some beats.
A little bit. So we're taking a little test drive around the harbor, just to the end of the harbor mouth and back, and just make sure we don't, you know, dock the boat and then find anything.
We're done. We're done. We made friends at the boatyard, but I don't want to go back.
Yeah, the lift is occupied right now. As soon as we got dropped off, they were pulling another boat in. Hopefully nothing catastrophic happened. Beautiful cloudy day.
It makes it like all kind of sad.
We're leaving our friends at the boatyard. Kind of started to like hanging out there. I might just go get a job over there.
I think they really liked us. They were. I was talking to them when Connor was working about all the interesting boat owners that they get. They get some functional drunks. They get some that don't really communicate with humans, so when they get there they get super excited and are talking like a million miles an hour, and then some really irrational ones, and yeah, I'm sure really frustrating ones. I guess one of the older guys that I met right when we got there seemed like a nice gentleman, but I guess was really a pain in the butt to do work for. But I think they liked us. We were pretty chill.
So.
We were pretty chill. I mean, I was a little nervous that we were doing all the work ourselves, and so they weren't gonna like us, because in their eyes they're like, we're not making any money off you. We're not gonna help you. But towards the end they were really helpful, and I think because they enjoyed our company and we were respectful, they started to chat more and help us with a lot of things.
Yeah, they helped out a lot, even more than they should have probably. I kind of feel like I owe them more money, but we don't have that much money, so.
We did give one of them a tip, but I'm just glad that we made it through that. We're still together. There was a point when I was like, why didn't I find a millionaire? Here I am putting a paint suit on and painting this, using this toxic paint. Why don't we have money? But I'm glad we did it. Right? It's through the struggles that are gonna make the sales that much sweeter.
You either got money or time. Usually they don't go together. So
Yeah.
we got time and no money.
That's a wrap.
That's it, folks.
I'm gonna go check the thru-hulls one more time, maybe 5 more times.